We could talk for 4 hours on buttholes, for all I care. I'm gonna edit it and I'm gonna upload it.
Are we on?
We are now on.
We are.
We are live. Oh, now we're live.
Okay, well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good.
Ma'am. It's lovely to sit down for this business meeting.
Business meeting. Well, we are sitting across from each other, so
Yeah,
it kind
it
of
does
does
feel
feel
very
like that,
businessy.
doesn't it?
This might be the most professional setting I've ever been in, which says a lot for how much time I spend in offices. Because we're sitting here with a
Unlike
beverage
mine.
and...
Not that I drink at work, but
Yeah.
I noticed the 2 ice cubes. Thank you for that.
See, I look
We're
after
both
you.
drinking vodka and ginger ale. I
Yeah.
did add a little bit of lemon to mine.
How'd that go?
Do you want to try it? It's good.
Sure.
I only added a couple of drops. Does it taste any different?
It does taste a little bit different. It's not bad either.
Good.
It's better than I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be weird with the lemon.
Well, I wanted to add lime, but we didn't have any. I think I threw it out the other week. Anyway, so that's what we're drinking today.
Not the most healthy thing to
No,
drink.
but that's okay. One's fine.
Speaking of health, what did you do recently that was healthy?
Yeah, update on my colon hydrotherapy, everyone.
This might be a TMI for some people.
Yeah, if you don't like listening about buttholes and like bodily functions, don't listen
Yeah.
for a couple of minutes. It was okay. It actually was good. I was very nervous going into it, to be honest. I did a lot of research and weirdly watched videos of people and their experiences because I wanted to be as educated about what I was about to do as possible. And it was fine. Like, a little bit awkward at first when there's a person that comes in and makes sure that it's
You got to tell people, some people have no idea what it is.
So basically you have this little tube that you have to put up your bum hole.
Got to put it in your butthole.
And then you're on this bed, and what it does is it then releases, fills you with water, I suppose. It releases water through the tube into your colon and like fills you up. And then you just push and let it all out, essentially, in the nicest possible way. So there was the lady, she was really, really lovely, like came in to check if everything was okay. And obviously for the first one, they need to make sure that you're doing it properly. So she came in and asked me how it was, like, how are you feeling? Get started. And then when you're on the bed, there's a mirror that looks down onto a tube. So you can then see everything that is coming out. So she basically then just waits until she sees something come through the tube and then goes, okay, I'm just going to leave you with some privacy, and then leaves the room. And then they come back in when your time's up. So and essentially, for anyone who's interested, basically...
God knows why you would be. But just in case.
It basically feels like you've got really, really bad poop cramps, like diarrhea cramps, for probably like 5 to 10 seconds, and then it goes away. And then it comes back, and then it goes away again. So you're in control of the water as well. So if you need a break at any point, you can turn the water off and it stops. The first one was okay. Like, I felt pretty good after, I suppose. I wouldn't say I noticed like a massive difference. The second one, so much more came out. And I thought that I was going to shit myself on the way home.
To say it nicely.
On the drive home, it was awful. And then, like, you kind of just let out a whole bunch of water afterwards. It was terrifying. Didn't poop myself, everyone, just in case. Just in case you wanted to know. But since then, I've decided, like, it was a good experience. Glad I've done it. I've now decided, as of today, that instead of getting another one, I'm actually going to put the money towards going and getting a intolerance test.
So we can actually find out what's making you bloat.
Yeah, because my reasoning was, not that I need to clarify to anyone, but just in case people are interested, rather than spending the money on 2 or 3 more sessions of that I would, which is fine. It's I guess like a quick fix for now. It's probably then, if I am intolerant to something or allergic to something, it's going to come back, right? Whether it's in a year's time, a month's time, 5 years' time, whatever it is.
2 days.
Either way, it's going to happen, and then I'm going to probably need to go back and get it done again. So it makes more sense to spend the money and get the testing done to find out what do I actually need to cut out so that this doesn't happen again. Yeah, so that's where we're at health-wise, which is good.
It's great.
And how are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I don't think we need to dive into my. I actually feel really good with my my body in general. I've been training again. Since I've been sick, my weight's coming back. I feel strong again. Injuries are minimal, if any. At the moment, I can't think. Even my back recently has been really good. And I've been going to jiu-jitsu, and it stays good when you're laying with your back on the mat and you're twisting and turning and cutting angles and things. Sometimes that night or the next morning, I can wake up with the pins and needles in my hand.
For people who don't know, Aiden's got scoliosis.
I do. I should put a picture up.
It's pretty hectic.
Maybe I should put a picture up of the bed you sent me as well.
Oh yeah.
So I'll do that in the podcast version for anyone watching. But yeah, so that we'll put a picture of that up. Then I'll put a picture up of my bent spine.
You only found out about it a year ago, maybe.
Yeah, maybe not even quite a year ago.
Yeah.
I had this problem where I'd go to sleep, and if you're laying on your left-hand side, it's obviously very common. We've all had it, where you wake up and you've been laying on your left arm if you're on your left side, and your arm's dead. Very common thing to happen. If I'm laying on my left-hand side, my right arm goes dead. If I'm laying on my right-hand side, my left arm goes dead.
Yeah, it was weird.
And it's specifically down the bottom side of my hand, near my pinky and my ring finger would be the two particular fingers that go numb. It's not the whole hand or the whole arm. It's a very obscene thing to happen and wake up to. You're not really sure how to solve it. But I've been hanging recently. Just hanging from a bar. It stretches out, it cracks and pops, and it feels good for a stretch. And everything's, for me, has been pretty good. I feel bad that I feel so great when you're having tummy problems.
Pass it on to me.
Yeah.
A-hole.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Nah, it's been fine. So yeah, that's what's been happening, which is good. I actually leave to go to South Australia in
2 weeks.
A week and a half-ish.
What day do you leave?
So the 7th of May. So next Friday.
Yep.
Woo! Going for a road trip with a girlfriend, which is exciting.
What are you going to do? Because I haven't actually asked you what your plan. I know there was a couple things you mentioned, but...
Yeah, so I think Charlotte is probably going to go shark diving, which is exciting. Me, not so much, considering I get seasick, so I think I'm going to sit that one out. 12 hours on a boat sounds like torture to me, especially if it's going to be rough, and yeah, I just don't know. We're going to do some wineries. We are hopefully going to swim with dolphins. It's going to be so cold. Adelaide is way colder than it is here in Brisbane. So
and it's not summer anymore.
RIP. And just check out some cool sunsets, sunrises. I think we're probably going to do mountain or bush walks, and it'll just be a nice holiday. I think I'm excited.
Excellent.
It's not like a party holiday. It'll just be, hopefully I'll get to take some videos and
I think you should
take some content.
I think you should take as much video as you can, and I'll come back, and when you come back I'll edit it.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
Upload it. I'll record my week of being home alone.
Yeah, this will be the longest we've ever been away from each other.
Really?
It's 9 nights.
Ooh, it's a lot of nights.
I think that's the longest. Maybe it's 8 nights. Something like that. And then I start my new job, hopefully the next day.
Excellent. When you come back?
I get back at 10 p.m. I was planning on working from home on the Monday.
Yeah.
On the Sunday night, I get home at 10. Or we fly in at 10.
Sunday the 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Am I coming to get you, or?
I don't know. We haven't discussed.
Am I dropping you to the airport?
Oh, it's going to be early. Our flight leaves at 6:05.
I might do you guys a solid and just pay for the Uber.
I don't know what the plan is. Anyway, that's exciting. So I'll be able to update everyone on that when I get back, which is really cool. So in the last episode, we did How Well Do You Know Me, which was...
Interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting. 21 questions that we just Googled, actually. Turns out we didn't know as much as we thought that we did. But they weren't generic questions like, who is your favourite singer?
Yep.
What is your favourite colour? They were actual deep questions, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
One of the questions that was on there was, what body part does your partner not like about themselves? Body part?
Yep.
Yeah. And so... Aiden got mine right, but then I asked what it would have been previously. So I touched on the fact that I actually had a rhinoplasty. So for anyone who doesn't know what that means, it means a nose job. And I also had what's called an otoplasty, which is when you get your ears pinned back. So like they used to like stick out lots, if people can see. They're very red right now.
They are very red.
Yeah, that used to happen a lot. Like when I get hot, and when I used to give like presentations and stuff at school, and I'd have to stand up in front of people, they would go bright red. And because they would like stick out like Dumbo ears, and my hair would be tied back, it was so obvious. I'd be so embarrassed. So I did that back in August 2019, just before we started talking. Best thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah?
It took me a long time
To commit.
to do it because it's terrifying.
I don't doubt it. The person cuts your face open.
And like you don't know really what you're going to look like. You have no idea.
Yeah, and that'd be such a strange thing to do, to stand up in the mirror for the first time, not knowing what you're going to see back.
Yeah.
We all look in the mirror every day. We know what we're going to see.
And there's no way of them showing you. Like I had always thought that they could do like a CGI and show you kind of what it was going to look like. Nope. I went into my appointment. I only ended up seeing one specialist, and then I booked in straight after that because he was just amazing. Went in, he said, what don't you like? What is it that you want to change? And he then was like, okay, we need to do this, this, and this, and this. What do you think? I'm like, sounds good. So then they just draw that on a piece of paper and like write down exactly what they would need to do. Like take 3 centimeters off here, do this, that, and the other. And then that's it. So you have no idea what is going to happen. So I remember like leading up to it, I think I had the appointment in like March maybe, and then I was booked in for August. Probably like a month out, I'm like, what happens if what he thinks looks good, I don't think looks good? Like I can't really change it now. Like it's terrifying. So then on the day, they kind of run you through again, and like I had said to him, I don't want my ears to be too flat on my head because I think that would look ridiculous, right? So then after the surgery, I had to, we should upload a photo. It's going to be awful, but I'll do it.
We can do it.
I obviously had something over my nose, and I had the cast on for a week. And then initially I had this like big thing underneath my nostrils to catch any blood that was coming down. And then I had a big head, my whole head was wrapped to keep my ears pinned, I suppose. So then you have to sleep on your back for the whole time.
You can't
so for the whole week, well, actually more than that. So you sleep on your back, and then you have to breathe through your mouth. Obviously, you can't breathe through your nose.
Yeah.
So like it was so rough the first couple of days. I remember day 4 was the worst. Day 1 was fine. Like I was just in and out of sleep because I was taking endone, and I'd obviously had what's the anesthetic. So like drowsy as fuck. Day 2, wake up, feel fine. Wasn't really hungry for most of the day, and like you kind of get a bit clogged up. So I'm like trying to drink all these things, and then started to get some bruising underneath my eyes, which I knew was normal because leading up to, probably since I was a teenager, I would watch people's videos on YouTube, rhinoplasty videos, and it's something I always wanted to do because I used to get teased about it, and I just hated it. And then day 3, I don't really remember, but day 4 I woke up and like could barely open my eyes because they were so bruised and like swollen. Puffy. And then I didn't sleep well, and I just cried, and then it hurt to cry because everything was hurting. And then I looked at myself in the mirror and was like, what the fuck? Like, you're all puffy. So then I would lie there on the couch with cucumbers on my eyes and like ice packs to try and like get rid of some of the swelling. And then I went out of the house for the first time. I think it might have been day... Did I leave the house? No. I don't think I left the house the whole week that I had that head thing on because embarrassing. And also like this big thing on me. Anyway, Mum actually took me to get the bandages off. And I remember shitting myself.
How long after though?
A week after.
So 7 days.
Yeah.
Yep.
get into the room, sitting in the chair, and then, like, it's actually really scary. Because what if you look at it and you hate it? Like, you can't go back unless you get another surgery done. Like, it's terrifying. Anyway, so he took the bandages off, and then I remember him giving me the mirror, and I looked in the mirror and cried. One, because I was so happy, like, with my nose. My nose looked so great in comparison to what it was. But then, two, I hated my ears.
Really?
I thought that they were so pinned back because they had been slicked back for a whole week. So, like, and my hair was greasy because you couldn't wash your hair. You couldn't get anything wet. So, because of that, I freaked out and was like, oh my God, like, they're too close to my face. And then pulling the splints, I can't remember, on either side of your nose, that was annoying. It's like a big booger stuck in there, but worse. So then, yeah, that all happened. I was like super happy, and then we get down to the car, and I remember saying to Mum, like, I hate my ears. Like, they're too far back. Like, what am I going to do?
Did they say to you that they were going to come out more?
I think so, but at that point, I didn't remember that they said that, so I was kind of freaking out. And then, yeah, I got home. I remember the first video that I ever did, I had to keep a little thing on my nose just to, like, keep it in place for, I think it might have been 2 weeks. And so, like, I just then got used to it. It was quite clear, so you couldn't really see it. But, yeah, I remember going home and being like, oh my God, like, look at how great this looks. And, like, side profile, like, I love it. Whereas beforehand, oh, it's really warm. You wouldn't see me, like, if you took a photo of me from side on, do not upload it. Don't show anyone. I hate it. Delete it right now. Whereas now I'm like, oh, yes. Look at this. It's so nice. You did a good job.
Well, babe's dripping out.
Well, it's very warm.
Do you want the fan on?
Nah, it's okay. I think, like, the point of that is, obviously, you have to do it for the right reasons, right? You're not going to change any part of you for someone else, or at least I don't think that you should change any part of you for someone else.
I would agree. Yeah.
But because it was something that I always wanted, talked about, and then finally did, I would never look back. It was the best thing ever. Like, I highly recommend. If you hate your nose, if you hate your ears, hit me up. I'll tell you who to go to if you're in Brisbane, because he was the best. I've actually had people on Instagram message me.
You have? Asking you what it was like.
Yeah, and, like, how much it cost. And I mean, look, obviously it's not going to be cheap. Plastic surgery isn't cheap at all. But if it makes you happy in the long run, and if it changes your life, do it. I don't think that there's a price on that at all.
Yeah. Love yourself.
Yeah.
But you've also got the ability to change shit if you don't like it.
Yeah. But as I said, like, don't change it because you think it's going to make someone else like you more.
Yeah. Because
then you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, you might then resent that going forward. Or, like, if something happens, if I was like, I'm going to get a boob job because I think Aiden would like me better with bigger boobs, and then we break up, and then I'm like, well, actually, that would be a very fine thing. That one doesn't apply. But do you know what I mean? If I,
I don't go to the gym and do side delt raises for you.
Yeah.
I do them for me, and I hope that you like it.
Yeah. But see, you didn't even know me before that.
I didn't. No. So you had it booked in for August, and I met you in October. No, October. I did meet you in October.
I think we started talking in October.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we would have.
It was like it was a week after your birthday that we started talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it wasn't long before
I would have seen.
that.
Yes, I would have seen you around the very start of November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Very short period.
I wonder if you would have. I mean, I feel like I look very similar.
I need to sneeze.
Okay.
No, keep going.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I was kind of expecting my whole face to change. It didn't really, other than, like, side on.
What were you going to say before that, though?
I wonder if you would have still been attracted to me the same way.
Well, it wasn't your body or face that interested me at the start, because I wasn't looking. I wasn't even on dating it. So, yeah. So you messaged me, and that's what I found attractive.
Well, you kind of have to on Bumble.
Well, yeah, you had to start, but it wasn't the fact that you messaged me, like, first. Like, that was just a given where, like, due to the circumstances that we met. But when I knew that I hadn't messaged all day because I'd been asleep all day, and then I get sort of woken up in my bunk, my single bunk in a little caravan park in the middle of nowhere, and people are like, come on, get ready, we're going to go get breakfast at like 5 p.m. because we're doing night shift. And, you know, I get up, I get dressed, I grab my phone, I haven't even checked my phone, and, you know, shove it in my pocket, and then I go out and we find somewhere to get some food, and then I check my phone while we're eating, and not only did I forget to reply before I went to bed at whatever time in the morning, but you'd like chased me up and been like, you know, I hope you have a good night shift or whatever.
Needy.
Yeah. It was
So needy.
so needy.
What the hell?
But it was sweet. I liked it. And then I was like, oh, she likes me.
And now we'll get mad if like, why didn't you text me when you're leaving work?
Yeah.
What do you mean you got home? Why didn't you tell me?
Yep. You just like turn up at home. You didn't like. Why didn't you tell me you were leaving the gym?
Yeah. So rude. Yeah. Would you ever do anything like? Would you ever consider getting any type of?
If you get a boob job, I'm going to stop lifting. Because fuck it, I don't need to. I'm going to get shoulder implants, back implants, calf implants, bicep implants, all of the fucking implants. Kedron actually sent me a picture of a suit you can buy. I'm just going to wear that all the time. To bed, in the shower.
But don't you think like it would just be? I don't want it. I don't actually care. But so, if I was gonna get something,
think about this. Boobs are not a diminishing. Like, boobs don't go away when you put it in your mouth. So it's not like a diminishing thing that you have. Yeah. So if it's like, do you want a cake or a cupcake? The size matters because I can eat a bit of cake and then have a bit more cake. Yeah. Whereas if I put a titty in my mouth, and when I take the titty out of my mouth, there's still some titty left, then, like, I haven't lost any titty. like there's still plenty of titty. Like, I don't need... It does. People fucking know what I'm talking about. They will. It doesn't matter how big... If you've got a cupcake and a cake, and both of them, when you take a bite of them, magically sprout back what you bit off them.
Right.
It doesn't matter...
Firstly, why are you biting... titties?
Why wouldn't you put a titty in your mouth?
Yeah, but you're talking about biting.
Yeah, but just to, you know, like, girls are worried about how much titty they have.
No, but I think people do it for...
But I'm comparing it to something that diminishes that you would also put in your mouth.
Well, like, I don't put anything in my mouth.
Yeah, but if you yes, you do. Yes, she does. If you take a bite out of a chocolate cake and then that bite turns back up, it doesn't matter that the cake was bigger than the cupcake.
So you're saying size doesn't matter?
Not for titties.
What if they're like an A cup and they're flat? Then it's basically like...
Then it's my flat little A cup titty.
Squeezing your titties.
I got bigger than A cup titties.
How did we go from plastic surgery to titties?
Who cares? We're on titties now.
Changing topics. I think that's probably enough for the episode.
That might be enough. We haven't even drunk all that much.
No.
I'm halfway through one beverage.
Excited, mention titties, and then he's on a bloody rampage.
Well, I just had to defend the idea because...
I'm not saying I'm going to get implants.
No, I just mean in general, because, like, that's a thing girls like doing.
But the other thing with implants, before we go, is the fact that you have to then get them done every 10 years.
Yeah, I heard that. I've never actually heard of anyone going back and getting them redone, but... I've heard that is a thing.
That's a big commitment.
Also, like, what if it's a bad job?
Well, and that happens. Yeah. And there's also a lot, especially recently in the last probably 12 months, about breast implant illness. Have you heard about that?
I think I have. I think I know someone that might have had it.
Yeah, where people are then having to get them.
Yeah,
removed.
I know a girl who
get sick.
Yeah, I know a girl who she had them in. She was a model. She still models. She owns like a clothing line, and she had them, and then she had to get them removed for an illness. I don't know what the illness was, but it might be what you're talking about.
There's someone that I follow that she got an autoimmune disease, and then she got her implants removed, and basically all of the symptoms that she had because of that have gone away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And she doesn't know whether or not that caused the...
Yeah, it'd be hard to work that out.
Yeah,
it gets stranger when the nipple has to be moved on the titty.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like if they just cut under the boob and shove something in there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's one thing. But then when they have to cut the nipple out and reposition the nipple,
Yeah.
you can, like, I've seen a fake titty like that, and it's strange. Like, you can see the scar tissue around. It's strange.
I
Yeah.
thought I just saw something like pop up.
We do have someone watching.
Okay.
There is 2 viewers.
Yeah, it's weird. I probably wouldn't do it.
I'm glad, because I like your titties. Just
And then,
for
like,
the
you
record.
can't do anything for a long, like, 6 weeks. You're not even allowed to, like, lift a kettle.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Like, what am I? No, yeah,
Yeah.
no. I would feel useless.
Yeah.
I felt useless, not doing anything for a whole week.
Actually, that was an interesting thing when you did have your rhinoplasty, because I did meet you while you were recovering.
Yeah.
You didn't have no bandages, nothing like that, but you still had a lot of pain in your nose. Your ears would play up.
Yeah, they still
would hurt.
do.
They still do?
Yeah.
And so in that period, I remember when we would go to the gym, your body temperature rising, you would feel the blood flow in your nose.
Do you remember when you hit me?
Your ears. Yeah, so she kicked me at the gym, and I grabbed her leg and tried to, like, dip her.
And it hit me in the nose.
I headbutt her in the nose.
I cried. 1, it hurt, and 2,
You just
don't
paid a lot of money for that
touch
nose.
the face.
You shouldn't kick me.
When I started playing netball, that was my biggest concern. I played netball last year. Maybe it was the year before. No, I think it was early last year, just before COVID. And I was scared I was going to get a ball in the face.
It'll be fine now.
No, are you joking?
It'll be fine.
It's still hard.
Yeah, but it'll be fine.
I don't know. We were talking about this the other day. Like, I'm scared to pull my ears forward because I don't want anything to, like,
Nothing's going to rip.
rip.
I think you need to be a little bit harsher on them.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just not.
Like, my ankle that has all that scar tissue.
See, tell the people about that. What happened?
So in 2012, I think, I was standing outside of a freezer and a forklift reversed out over my leg. It pinned, if you can picture, my foot on the ground, like bottom of your foot on the ground, toes on the ground. Forklift ran up the side of my leg and my foot stayed flat on the ground as if I was standing, but my knee touched the ground, sort of thing. If you can picture that. Yeah, and so all the tendons that run down the front of your leg, you know when you like lift your toes up at the front, all that snapped, which sent a tendon like up the front of my legs. Now I have this bulge. I don't know if I've ever even shown you. When I do that, like lift my toes, there's like a bulge that shows up on my knee because the muscle like sucked up my leg.
Oh, no.
So that happened. Very interesting. It took quite a long time to recover. It was probably a good 9-10 months before I could walk without some sort of aid, whether it was crutches or a moon boot or something like that. I had pins that would hang out of my foot that you could twist and turn. You might just have to bless you.
Sorry.
So yeah, that was a real shit time.
I think we should talk about that in a different episode.
All right.
If you want, we can do a whole... I might ask a couple of questions. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Aiden's accident.
Yeah. The fucking horrible forklift accident.
Yeah.
We've done 30 minutes. Would you like to call it, babe?
Yeah, maybe. Next episode, I'll be back from my holiday.
Yeah.
But we won't... I think the next one we'll talk about we'll carry on from this.
Yeah. I might see if Dev or Lindsay want to do one. Lindsay would be interesting.
He would be, but depends on what he...
Yeah. I think he'd be interested, but it'd... Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's a conversation that I have to have with him.
Thanks for listening, or watching, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you decided to do. All right, well, thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.